Well, no secret, big week for the program. Obviously, Michigan coming up next. When did you start to understand the importance of the rivalry?
Well, it was early on, just upon arrival, gotten questions about it and going around meeting majority alums, right, the former players. So from really day one being here, I understand this importance, and now we are, game week.
Yeah, first impression of the Paul Bunyan Trophy.
Well, anxious to get it up front and personal. To be honest with you, I want to be able to put hands on it and things. And I think it is cool that all in-state rivalries, being a part of that and have a trophy to earn at the end of it is special.
When you were at Oregon State, did you and Oregon have a trophy between the two?
Not nearly as big as this thing, and so I'm excited to be a part of it.
And how did you approach that when you were at Oregon State, of Oregon Week, and how can that help you now here at Michigan State?
Yeah, I think I've been a part of multiple in-state rivalries coming from the state of Oregon. That thing was really important. I think it's a great thing about college football. Again, the approach, the emotions go up, right? Energy of the game is a step up, and so having some experience of that hopefully helps us out this week.
I know you talked already about talking with the players. There's 61 new players who are new to this, as well as the coaching staff. How do you approach this week maybe a little differently to have keep emotions in check? Yeah,
you kind of want to balance both of that, right? You want to pay respect to the rivalry itself, wanted to continue the education, how important this is, the history of it, things of that nature. But you can't completely abandon your approach with the way you've been preparing week in and week out. So we're working to balance that. I'm confident in these guys. They know we got to put in a great week of preparation for this one, and we'll do it.
Did you ever watch any games or anything like that, or did you know much about the history?
No, I'm not gonna lie, not deeply. I've since being here tried to learn a bunch and seen a bunch of highlights on really going both ways, and the emotions that come into this sucker. It matters in this state, and so wanting to be a part of something like that really means a lot to everyone involved. Looking forward to it. The people that have really helped me for the get-go is Coach D'Antonio, Coach Izzo, and leaning on those guys to continue to learn about what this has meant. Those guys have been huge.
And then obviously coming off the win over Iowa, just what did that do for this group in terms of confidence, and maybe for you guys too as the coaching staff?
Yeah, I think hopefully we gain some confidence from it. We want to continue to be a proven product and putting quality play like that week in and week out. It's something to build off of. I think in particular on the offensive side, the consistency we had, the balance we've been looking for showed up that night.
Obviously the bye week is always used to get refreshed and kind of just mentally take a break and step away, but to execute the way the group was able to do on Saturday, what maybe allowed that to happen?
Yeah, I think these guys approach, because you're right, when you do kind of get out of your rhythm, you take kind of a week that's different than a traditional game week. Sometimes you worry about the kind of execution and are you primed for game day when it's a little bit different rhythm, but these guys did operate. I thought the week leading up, the practices were pretty good, and we executed well on Saturday night.
You talked about how Aiden Childs has played his most complete game against the Hawkeyes. Where has he just continued to get better and understand this is a process, and game by game is where he's going to improve?
I think he's learned from some things. I think he's gained some confidence, not just about himself, but also the guys around him, and those guys played pretty well around him, protecting him. The run game helped him. Like that. Again, no one's playing perfect football out there. There were some things that he can do better, the guys around him could do better, but understanding that it's not always going to be perfect, but there are big plays to be made, and when they were presented to him, he made some big plays.
It seems like really throughout the whole season, he's had a very special connection with Nick Marsh. Obviously, they're both new, but how has that dynamic just helped the offense in terms of these two young guys maybe bringing in extra energy, just helped you guys?
Yeah, it helps when Marsh gets the ball in his hands. There's no question he can be special with it. They do got a connection, both of them in their first year. Both of them work really hard at this thing, during practice, post-practice. And so hopefully we can continue that connection for a long time.
Nick said after Saturday, a key to having success so early is schoolwork. Have you ever met a freshman, or have you met many freshmen that are that mature for someone like that?
He is mature on and off the field. I do think that, bad to say, but it's a nice distraction, the school that these guys can go do, because you can't be 24/7 nonstop on this football side, and so being able to get away from it and really chase down a college degree. Nick's a smart guy. We got a bunch of smart guys on this team, and wanting them to chase these degrees at the same time, championships.
Another thing on Saturday, Jonathan Kim, obviously a very big game. Does that do anything for the offense, knowing like, hey, you have a kicker who's as reliable as Jonathan to go out there and make a kick?
Well, it's huge in that game. I mean, we anticipated against Iowa, right? These games aren't going to be huge, high-scoring games, and so every 3 points was going to count for him to come through that way. And again, all these kicks weren't just chip shots now, and especially the second half 55-yarder to separate the thing to 2 scores. Says a lot about him, wanting to be a huge contributor to this team.
Yeah, kicking can be fun, I guess, for a lot of teams, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.